In this video, you'll learn how to create a custom discount code or coupon feature you can use within a checkout in a Bubble app. This is perfect if you're building something like an e-commerce platform or a marketplace. Look, this video is going to cover absolutely everything you need to know, from setting up your Bubble database, designing the user interface, and of course, making everything functional using Bubble workflows. There is just so much that we need to cover here, so I'm going to hand this one over to Matt, and he's going to walk through everything you need to know.
Hey guys, so today we are going to have a look at how to create a discount code in Bubble. So there are quite a few steps. So we're going to go through each of the different data types and then go through some of the UI that you would normally implement in e-commerce or a checkout system, and then go through the specifics you'll need to create a coupon code for the different shop items based on either a dollar amount or on a percentage. So the basic things you'll kind of need for your e-commerce site are these basic ones over here: title, ID, price, and then product image. You can generally have a lot more data or different types there depending on the requirements. And then what we're going to look at now today is a little bit of the checkout cart, because that relates to how you would calculate the discount amount using things like the item list, the total discount amount, order ID, and then linking that to the user type. And then the main part is this over here, where we're going to create an active state for the coupon code itself, the coupon's name, the discount amount, its type, either percentage or dollars, and expiration. So you can set like a 2-week window, the revenue that's generated by that, and then also the number of users. So now an optional thing you can do here is create a purchase history, where that would normally store all the information about the different purchases from that purchase, and then it would store things like your revenue, your coupon code used, purchase IDs, transaction history, and stuff like that. Cool, so let's have a look. So this is just a basic UI that simulates specific elements in a e-commerce store. So here would be an example where you can go through the store, see the different items, and then purchase them or add them to your cart. Normally you'd have the menu at the top and have the cart items. And then you'd click here, and then go continue to payment. It would then take you to your checkout. You'd look at your items, apply your coupons. And we've gone and replicated that over here, but we'll see that in a minute. And then lastly, once the user has checked out all the different items, we can go to the admin side, where you would be able to see the different things that have been created and look at the specific stats and statistics or other statistics used by that coupon. Okay, so here we have socks, so we're going to add that, and then you can see it adds to our cart. And then shoes, cool, let's get some shoes. Perfect, so now we have our items in our cart over here, and it has the original checkout price. Now, when we put in our coupon code, it's going to show us the discount amount and then the final total. So the coupon code for this one is just 101. So we're going to go apply, does some things. So we have our original price, our discount amount, and then our final total. So then we're going to go to here, purchase item, and we just have a replication of where you would add your bank details, and then essentially after a successful purchase, it would then simulate that going through, and then it will add some things over here. Okay, so to start, let's go through and see how we actually have created this coupon and this checkout. And this over here, we're going to do at the end, and we're going to go through how to set that up and what exactly we need there. Okay, so let's go have a look at the database. So as you can see from earlier, we have cart, checkout, discount codes, purchase history, and shop items. So we're going to create these now in discount codes, which will be the active coupon, coupon name, discount amount, and this. Okay, so we're going to keep our UI today, and we're just going to go through creating types and then linking those specific types. So we can delete all of these. All right, so we would go over here to our new type, and we type in discount codes. It will then create our discount code type. So what we're going to need in here, let's go back to our list and have a look, is active. So this would say if an admin wants to have the code active or deactive, it would be a yes or no state. So we say yes or no, create. Then the coupon code itself, which will be whatever you want to set it, like 40% off 2025 or something like that. So coupon code will be type text. Then the coupon name. So this would be for a bit more for the admin side, where it would be like summer sale 2025 or something like that. This will also be text type. Then the actual discount amount, and that's going to be a number. The discount type. So this is a new kind of type that we're going to add compared to these. We're going to first have to go over to option sets, and over here we're going to create a new one called discount type. So let's delete this, skip that. So we're going to create discount type, and then now in the bottom we're going to create two new options. Now this one will be dollar value, and the next will be percentage value. Cool. So now we can go back to our discount codes, and we're going to add this type called discount type. Discount type, and this will be the option set discount type. Cool. So now the next one, we're going to put in an expiration date. Expiration date, which will be type date. Then the revenue generated. This will be the amount that is associated with that coupon code, which will be a number. Then the uses, which will count the amount of times that that actual coupon code has been used. Field type is number. Cool. So now we have our basic setup for our discount codes. So quickly, let's go have a look at what we'll need to set up beforehand in order to use this specific setup for the coupon codes. So we have our shop items, which has an ID, the item name itself, its price, and then its product image. And then in cart and checkout, this is when a user clicks on the items, such as this earlier when you clicked here, it then adds those items to the user's cart. So the coupon code will be added at checkout, discount amount added at checkout, but this will be the items added to the cart. We'll have an order number, it will be a total for checkout, and then this is linked to the user type itself. So an important thing here would be to go to the user type and then make sure to create cart checkout on the user type, and that type of that will be cart checkout. So you link them together. It would be important when a user signups that you create them a cart, and that links to their account as an empty value. So we'll go have a look at that. So we see here, already have one, so I'm just going to quickly delete that. All right, so this is how it would normally be. You've signed up, we'll save. And let's say you run either backend workflow or when you log in, it creates them one. So we're going to quickly go to our carts, and we're going to delete these items from what we just did. And we're going to copy this ID, which will be associated with our test user. Okay, so now we have the basics of the checkout sorted. Now let's go focus on the coupon codes themselves. Okay, so over here, in this left side, this will be the user checkout and their payment side. So this over here is a repeating group that searches for cart items or the checkout items that we added earlier. And then it's going to go each item's list. So because we're adding cart shop items into the cart, we need to filter those by list. And those will then show up over here one by one. And then at the bottom, we're going to have an input. So we'll go over here to the left, type input, then we drag our input into the middle, and then a button next to it, which will then link to a workflow. So before we go and now quickly test out that, let's go to our coupons themselves. And we're going to create a new one. So this is the back-end way to do it, and we'll create a front-end workflow that will create our coupons, so it makes it a lot easier for the admin in a bit. So active will be yes. The coupon code, we're going to go 202. We're going to say test coupon. Discount amount, we're going to do 10, and then the type. So this could either mean $10 or 10%. So over here, we're just going to say, let's do 10%. Expiration date, we'll put as, what's the date today? Let's put it halfway through the year. So month, we'll do 06, day 01, year 2025, hour, let's make it at 12, and then 12 a.m. So revenue generated will leave blank and uses will leave blank. Okay, so now we have a coupon code that is set up in our backend that can be used. So let's go have a look where we would use that. So we'd have here our browsing items, and then this is the area that we're going to focus on. So over here, I could type in that coupon code, which was 202, let's double check, the coupon code 202, and then I would press apply, and then it would use the list of items to calculate that 10%. So let's go have a look how we would sort the calculations and create these items over here. Okay, so for the first one, the original price is going to look at this group over here for the cart items on checkout, and then it will minus the group. Okay, so we're going to actually remove that. That's what is the old state. So this is just going to be the sum of all of these shop items. Okay, so now that we have our coupon code, let's go have a look at the logic of how we would take this cart total and then apply either a percentage discount to it or a dollar value amount. So we go over here to edit our workflow, and when we apply this, we're going to say make or search for cart items, and then we are going to change the coupon code and then also the total. So look here, we are browsing in our store, we add this item, we're browsing in the store, we see all these store items, then I'm going to click, and now this adds that to our cart. So now you can see our cart item is $100. So over here, we're going to go back, remember, to our coupon. Now the coupon apply will make changes to that specific user's cart. So we're going to search for carts, and the user will equal current user. And then what we're going to do here to this cart will be coupon code is equal to input A's value, and the total is equal to this cart's item list, each item's price, sum. So essentially, now if I go add another item, it's going to be 100, which is item 1, 400, which is item 2, and it's going to use a sum to add them together, which then makes 500 for the total. Okay, so now we've added the coupon code to the cart itself. So now we need to use a little bit of logic to say when exactly will a coupon be used, if it has a percentage price or if it has a monetary price. Because 10% of 200 isn't the same as $10. So we need to put in some logic over here. So the first step will be make changes to the cart checkout. And then now we're going to reference that change itself. So the discount amount will be repeating group checkouts list of items. Over here, let's change this a bit. Okay, so let's actually redo all of these. We'll set up this logic from the start. Okay, so the first one we're going to do is the discount amount is equal to this cart checkout's total. So that would be the total of these two items. But now we need to actually minus the amount of the actual coupon itself. So we'll go to total, and then we're going to say minus, and then we're going to do a search for coupon or discount codes, and then the coupon code will be equal to step one's coupon code. And then we can also add in some other constraints. So things like expiration date is less than current date and time. And we need to make sure that the coupon code is active. So active needs to equal yes. And then the last one we're going to do is we need to make sure that the discount type is actually going to be either percentage or a number. So for this one, we're going to say the discount type is equal to dollar value. Okay, search for some codes, first codes, item, and then this will be the discount amount. Okay, so now we are going to quickly add a different conditional. So it makes sure that it only runs under a certain condition. And that condition will need to say do search for discount codes. And then our condition will be discount type is equal to the dollar value. Type first item is, so we're not going to use is, we're going to go to first items, coupon code contains make step one's coupon code. Cool. So now this over here is the logic for creating the discount amount on that specific cart checkout. So what we're going to do is we're just going to copy that. We're going to paste it. But now this first one was for the dollar value. The next one is going to need to be for the percentage value. Okay, so now when we're calculating this amount for the percentage, this calculation changes a little bit. Instead of saying minus, we're going to go times, which is the star. So this cart checkout total times by, we can do search for discount code. So make sure that it has all of these again, which is the coupon code, the expiration date, active, discount dollar value, discount amount, and then we're going to divide by 100. And now over here, we need to make sure that because this isn't the dollar value anymore, we're going to change this to the percentage value. Okay, so now we have the basic logic that's going to calculate the amounts from the carts originally. It'll take the discount, calculate the value of the discount, and then add that as a value in the discount amount. So now we have the original value and the discount amount, but now we need to work out the final total amount. So over here we have our original, we would have our discount amount after it runs through these workflows, and then now we would need the final amount in order for that to be processed and pushed through to the actual purchase itself. So what we're going to do over here is we're going to add in something in between these, which we make changes to a thing. The thing we're going to change is results of step one, the coupon code. And now what we're going to do is we're going to edit the total. We are not going to add total there. We're just going to say result of step one. And then over here, we'll type in total. Total is going to equal this cart checkout's total minus result of step two discount amount. Okay, so remember we've just calculated this discount amount. It's set that item. Then now on this next one, we're going to take that discount amount and subtract it from the initial value. Okay, so now we need to quickly put in a conditional here so that it doesn't run both of these when there's only one value set for either dollar or percentage. Although it's not 100% necessary, because if this workflow doesn't run, it means that the discount amount stays the same. So we can go like this, copy and paste. But now what we need to do here is minus the result of step 4, which will take the discount amount, which will take this percentage calculation and then update the total. Okay. So now we have some of our basic calculations. So we have our 2 items from earlier that are added to our cart. Here is our actual items. And now let's make sure that these over here are referencing the correct information. So this is referencing the repeating group list of prices. So that'll take all of that. We can also change that to be current users cart. So let's update that to current users cart total. The second discount amount will be current users cart checkout discount amount. As we had earlier, remember we set the discount amount. And then now in final, we're going to see the current users cart total. So when we have this over here, okay, so let's go back a little bit. The original needs to stay as this repeating group number, just for our checkout items, list of shops items, each item's price, sum. So this is just for reference now. And this over here will be our discount amount, which is the current discount amount in the checkout. Final total will be current users cart checkout total. Okay, so let's go have a look and see if these items over here show us the correct. So we go to our user and our checkout and payment. The current price is 500. I think we set our coupon to 202. So let's see if it runs. Okay, so I think we need to go have a look over here. Let's have a look at why it didn't calculate properly. So we're going to quickly go through our thing. We're going to run step by step. Search for cart checkout item to make sure it has a value. Current user's first item, so it's setting the correct one. Make changes. It didn't. There seems to be an old error in this one. I think we are using the wrong page. Okay, so we have our items. Let's go over here, 202, and we have our final total, which is still showing. So we calculate that and run. Okay, so we have a small error here in one of our search items. So over here, the expiration date should be greater than the current date and time. And then when you go here, greater than the current date and time. Okay, so let's go have another look. So we made one more slight error there, which was in our conditional, we have the correct amount there for that. I think over here, instead of saying the discount type is dollar value, this one needs to be percentage value. Okay, so let's go back to our page. We're going to add, that's not the correct code. So we're going to add 202 for our coupon code. And there we go, our 10% discount, which just goes to the amount, and our final total, which becomes 450. Okay, so let's quickly run through that one more time, just so we can make sure we have it all correct. So we are going to have the coupon. Let's go have our coupon, have a look. So the active is yes, the coupon code is 202, coupon name is test coupon, the discount amount is 10% as our discount type, and then we have an expiration date, which is in the middle of the year. So now on our page, we're going to click apply the coupon, which will apply to our cart items. And when that coupon is applied, it's going to change the cart value itself. So it's going to add the coupon code to that cart, so we'll be able to reference it later. It's then going to look at the total and then add all the items in the cart to the total as a set value. Now the next step, we'll take that set value and use it later in the flow. But now we're going to look at the discount amount. So we're going to create a discount amount by looking at this cart's total. So this one over here, we have a slight error again. Instead of being the cart's total, this literally, because it's just a monetary value, as we said here, the dollar value. So the discount amount is going to equal we can say, because we've already used the coupon code over here, we say do search for coupons or discount codes, and then we say the coupon code is equal to discuss checkout coupon code, and then here we're just going to say first item's discount amount. Cool. So then we have our conditional to make sure that it is the discount type is the dollar value on this discount. Then we're going to, if it is true, it'll then take that total minus the discount amount and then have the final total. Then for the percentage, we'll go for search through all of these. Remember, it will see if the coupon code is the same as the cart. Use the expiration date condition. Is it active still? Yes. Is it a percentage? Yes. And then same for over here to make sure that we only trigger it once. Then this will just take the total and mount it and minus it by the discount amount, which we just calculated in step 4. Okay. So now let's have a look at creating this part where we purchase, and then it's going to add us some stats in the admin area. So what do we need to create in the admin area? First, we need to be able to make sure that we can see if this is active or deactive. So we're going to add in our type here, and then we can also go and add in. So Ionic checkbox. So we can add in checkbox. We can do this from scratch now. Quickly, we'll delete that one. Go next, get a little bit of styling. And what we're going to do here is we're going to enable binding to parent elements thing. So before we can do that, we need to go to the parent element, which is this group. And the type of content, we're going to say discount codes and current sales. So I think we're using, let's go back a little bit. So we'll add a repeating group. The repeating group will use discount code. Then we're going to search for discount codes. And this is going to search for all of them. Because this is the admin, you want to be able to see every coupon code that's being created. Okay, so some of these have been removed because we created them earlier. So let's actually delete that, and then we can add in all this information. So let's go grab a text element. Now this text element we're going to put at the top, and this will be the title of that. So current sales discount codes, let's say it's the current sales discount code coupon name. Okay, now uses, we'll say insert dynamic data. First we need to set the parents thing, which is discount type, parent groups, current sales discount code, discount code, and uses, we're going to say parent groups discount code uses. Perfect. Items this code is applied to. So this is a bit more in depth. I think we'll leave it out for now. But this is where you could look at the list of items that are either it referenced against or if it's not referenced against. Revenue generated. We're going to go parent groups discount code, and we'll click on revenue generated. And then now for this active. So now we've set this repeating group earlier, which was searching for our discount codes, search for discount codes. So it sets all the values. Now we're going to go to this group within the repeating group. We're then again going to go discount codes, current sales, discount code. So now that references that specific element in that cell. So we're going to go to our icon checkbox. And then in that checkbox, we're going to click over here, auto bind on parent elements thing. So because we've already gone and set an active type, which is yes or no, we can then use this to either toggle yes or no. And now we can set a workflow in a bit. So we can show an alert on success. We haven't set anything up. So for now, we'll just leave it as that. All right. So now let's focus on this active part for the admin side. So we're going to go to workflows. Let's call this active Y in admin. and we're going to create a new workflow. We say inputs value is changed, and then we're going to set a checkbox. I'm going to say make. Oh no, we don't need to do this because we're binding it to the parent thing. So automatically, when you go and click it, it will either toggle yes or no from there. Okay, so now we have all of our admin stats that we want to look at, but now we need to make a record of that once the purchase is complete. So over here, the current workflow will click edit, and then it's going to show this pop-up. So let's go have a quick look at it. So we'll say purchase items. It's just going to show pop-up A. And pop-up A is our little screenshot of some bank details or bank detail input. And this is where you'd integrate your payment processor. So from here, you can either have certain things like successful transaction, failed transaction, or any other variables that you get from your payment provider. So here we're going to simulate a successful purchase. So we just put a button, and let's go have a look at this. So let's delete these ones over here. You could either create your purchase history, which has detailed accounts for your actual app itself. But for this case, we're going to just update the specific coupons where we've nested those data types within the coupon data type. So we're going to go make changes to a thing. That thing we need to search for, which will be a discount code. We'll go first item. So now we need to make sure that we're searching for the right one. So all we're going to do is the coupon code is equal to current users cart checkout, because they will be the ones going through this process and then checking out that specific item. So you can set other conditionals according to how you want to create constraints, but for now, this will work perfectly. So items we need to change here are the revenue generated and the uses. So revenue generated, we're going to go to this discount code's revenue generated. So this will take the existing value, and then we're going to add the new value that was just inputted by the user. So then we're going to say plus current users cart checkout total, and uses, we're going to say this discount code's uses, and then we're going to add another operation, which is plus 1. So that's going to look at the amount of times that it's been used, and then it's just going to say, this has been used one more time, so we're going to add 1 to the count. Perfect. So now when we go through here, we're going to click purchase the item. It will say, it will replicate a successful purchase, and then that goes through. But now you need to make sure that we then clear that cart from the user because they purchased all those items, as well as reset other elements so we don't add extra info that isn't actually from the purchase. So we're going to add all of that, and now we're going to again say make changes. We're going to say make changes to a thing, and that's going to be current users cart checkout. So what we're going to do is the coupon code, we are going to just set to either null value, or you can set to 0, so it won't actually reference an existing cart value. Then the discount amount, we're going to set to 0. The item list, we're going to say remove list. Say this cart checkouts item list. And then the order ID, we can leave unless we set as a static text. Total, we're going to set to 0. And then that should be good to go. So the coupon code, we just set to 0 as your default value. All right. So now we have these different elements. So let's go through and see if it works. Okay, so as we had earlier, our store, we've added the items. They've gone into our cart, our user cart. The total here is 100 and 400, and it's record our coupon ad because it's been added to the discount type or the cart. So now we have our original price with the discount amount and the final total. So we'll go to purchase. We're going to simulate the purchase. I probably should have added in a hide item there. Okay, so you can see now our items over here aren't showing the actual values. So let's go have a look and see why. So let's go inspect. We'll go have a look. Is it pulling the coupon code? Yes, yes. That is a bit strange. Current sales discount code. Let's have a look at our database. Should be adding in our items, discount codes, expiration date, revenue generated. Okay, so for some reason it isn't loading up properly. So now because we set that state that will clear all the data, it means that we can go and try it again. I'm going to make one last change quickly, which will be on our pop-up. So let's say when this is done, it'll do those little things, and then we're going to say hide an element, which will be pop-up A. Let's just double check that we've done the correct things here. Search for discount codes. Ah, there you go. That's why it didn't add in our items. Current close, coupon code. All right. Let's go have another try over here. So let's refresh our page. We have our store amounts. So we need to go through again, which will be, let's add some socks, let's add some shoes. Then our amount becomes 500. We apply our coupon code. So let's actually test if we add in a fake coupon code. So now, if it doesn't exist, you could show a pop-up, but let's see. Okay, so our final total is still 500. So these you could all also set states on, so it only shows the final amount or the total from the start. This is more just for demonstration, but for a live app, you generally only want to show one total or style it accordingly. So let's go to 202, which is our coupon code. And there we go. So now we have our original discount there and our final total, which is 450 with 10% of 500, which is 50. So let's go to purchase. And there we go. So we have the name, our uses, the revenue generated, and then active. So let's test again. Let's go look at our auto binding. So over here, if you can remember, we search for this repeating group for the coupons. And then instead of creating a workflow, we said enable auto binding to the parent thing. And field to modify is the active yes or no. So in order for us to be able to actually go and edit that, we are going to have to go to our data, our privacy rules, our, is that a discount code? Yes, discount code. So I say admin. Now, this isn't going to be the best privacy rule, but for this current state, we'll definitely do it. Current user, we'll just say, for now, we're just going to use current user as logged in. We'll say we're going to allow auto binding on coupon codes. So this is not a very good privacy rule, as it just allows anyone to do that action. I haven't set up an admin or a user hierarchy in here for security. So generally there you'd say current user's role is admin and blah, 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 depending on your security policy for your app. Okay, so now let's go back to over here. So we have our checkouts and whatnot, and now we can go to, is it active? And we can say, still giving us the error. So apparently it was a very bad security policy, a very bad privacy rule. Active, sorry, I used the wrong auto bind. So we're going to go back here. Let's try one more time. And there we go. So now it's deactive. So let's quickly add some items to our cart. and we're going to add in that code we just used, which is 202. So this is deactivated. We'll run it, and you see that it didn't work. Now let's activate it again, and let's apply the coupon. And there we go. We have our discount amount and our final total for $450. So there are a lot of different ways that you can go around this and create your different coupon codes. This is a more complex way and can definitely use some better work for privacy rules, as well as creating your data types to make sure that you use relational types and not using so many search for objects. But this is a pretty good way to create a checkout or a discount code related to your checkout, and gives you some more options in terms of creating functionality for lists of items, as well as some more complex kind of checkout processes. Hope you guys enjoy, and good luck for your next build.
And just like that, you now know how to create your own custom discount code or coupon feature directly inside of Bubble. If you found this video useful and you wanted to stay up to date with any additional Bubble resources we share, I'd always recommend hitting that subscribe button on my channel, so that way you can be the first to know whenever we drop a new tutorial. For now though, I just wanted to say a massive thank you for taking the time to watch this specific video, and I wish you all of the best on your own no-code journey.